What's going on, everyone? We're back with another installment of Positive Jimbo Summer. We are going to be casting today. We're going to be casting on a 5-minute delay of the Pocket National Cup USA versus Germany. And we should be starting any minute now, really. Yeah, right now it looks like we're gonna be from the perspective of USA, of course, and yeah, looks like we're searching and getting into our first game now. Let me sure I get this. Let's see if this looks good. This does not look good. That looks better. Alright. Yo, we are leading Lucario, it looks like. Our hand is okay. I intentionally didn't look at the list so that I would like the exact list. Like, I know our lineup. I didn't look into the exact list because I don't want to accidentally leak something early. If we have like a specific tech or anything like that, so I will be doing my best to keep my mouth shut on that end. Opponent here looks like they were probably on Chingling Altaria, which is pretty I wonder how this matchup's gonna go. I would assume Chingling Altaria is pretty decent here. We're not super worried in this deck about item lock, but we are worried about psychic weakness. However, we are lucky they did not lead the Chingling, which is nice. Also, I hope Discord noises are muted. Yeah, it should be. That's great. Alright, yeah, they didn't lead Chingling, which is definitely super solid for us here. Also, notably, we are against Vega. It's a Kage versus Vega. These two are both freaking goats. They're both very good at the game. So definitely some high level match going on right now, which is super nice. Looks like we top deck the X speed, which could be good. So if I'm USA here, and I am, but they can't hear me, because I'm casting. I would probably just I don't suspect that they're running a stadium. I probably drop our stadium here, our X speed, and then copycat is what I'm feeling. I think that the copycat for +1 is better because there's never a guarantee if they just like get a rare candy ninja and keep their hand small. There's never a guarantee going forward that this copycat's gonna actually get us value. So we want to use it now, and then the researches later in the deck will always be able to get us value, which is really nice. Okay. We didn't find another basic, which is rough. But we did find the Mega Lucario, which is pretty good. Now, I know that we're not sure if we want to play the Poncho out here. It's kind of rough, but I think I would, just because, this deck obviously runs 2 Copycat. They need to get into, like, so much here. They need to find a Stage 1. They need to find a Candy at Stage 2. They also want to find their Chingling, so just reducing that Copycat value would probably go hard as fuck here. And then, yeah, the jab. What's nice is they can't put us to sleep, because we got the Lucario in hand. This is actually, like, not bad at all for us, looks like. And we do have that Sabrina. Would be nicer if it was a Cyrus, but I don't even know if we run it. I'm sure we do. It would be insane to not run Cyrus here, but damn, I'm hearing so many pings on Discord. I gotta check on my phone. This is what's rough about streaming this. I think it's Siler. Yeah, Siler's messaging me. He's in PocketMads top cut right now as we play this game. And it looks like I have been invited to a Mega Mewtwo Y raid in Pokemon Go while we're doing this. That's great. Alright, so they do find the Chingling. They don't find a Greninja. And they try to put us to sleep, which is a good gamble. Now, they have 4 cards in their hand, so this is like a really good moment to take this KO because they're only drawing 1 off of the egg. I'm pretty sure we're going to just take the KO as is. And, should be good, right? Yeah. If we take this KO, we're looking definitely very good. They need to find another Swablu. They need to attach energy to it. They're going to have to hit us with the Chingling. The only way I think that they can win from here is if they get into one of their Greninjas and curve out the second. Like, they need to have second Swablu here, put an energy on it, and then have the Mega Altaria on the following turn. We can still be in trouble just because of the Psychic weakness. We're going to take a ton of damage. We're going to take 30 from this Chingling, putting us down to 160, which is kind of rough because Altaria can hit for 150, so they just need 1 Froakie on top of that to get the KO. But it's a rough matchup to start, so if we can snipe this win, that would be huge. We might even get a repeat from them if we do. The Hitmonlee is interesting here because now we can like potentially retreat and kick the Swablu. And what that would do, it would mean they would also need to have Cyrus on top of all the other pieces I said they would need. But again, this is over 2 turns, and they are kind of deep into their deck, it looks like, so definitely very possible. What's good, Chunky Ninja? How are you? Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck, I wasn't paying attention to this raid I'm in. Just paying attention to the game I'm casting. Yeah, Mewtwo, Mega Mewtwo Y just one-shot my Mega Mewtwo X, and now I'm relying on the people I'm in the raid with to carry me, so we can fucking get this shit. Anyways, back to Pocket. Looks like we do hit that Sabrina, which is, I mean, I guess, but I don't know. Oh! No, we needed to take that KO. Oh, if we KO the... well, I guess that's still sketchy. So if we KO the Froakie there, we had the... they can never go in with their Swablu, because they just lose to the Hitmonlee kick on the Chingling the following turn. I guess this way... actually, they probably don't run X speed, so this was actually the better play, of course. Don't listen to me. I'm playing another game while casting this right now. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. That was the correct play because now they can't attack with Mega Altaria on this following turn because there's no way this deck runs X speed or anything like that, right? There's just no room. They are going to evolve it to keep it safe, I think. This is rough. They are just going to go up with it. They still really need to get, what's it called online? I need to heal my guys. It's imperative. Alright. Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot. Like, I don't know what we're just, like, kind of probably trying to figure out what, their line is. Hitting the 30 here, I don't know, like, if it really does much, to be honest. If they attack into this Rocky Helmet, though, they go to 170. We would need to get our Guy Dude. You know what I'm talking about? The Karina? The Karina would be good. We need to get the Karina, and then we can one-shot after this gets chipped. Definitely sketchy that they got this out, but we did play that Poncho down, like, turn 1, which is nice here. because they can't start like chipping our Lucario even more. Either way, if we go into the active with this Lucario without healing it, though, it is definitely going to get cooked. They have... this is just a tough spot, because they do have to place down the second Chingling if they want to hit for the full damage with this Mega Altaria onto the thing. So, like, they have to guarantee... Yeah, this is actually a really weird spot for both teams. We are working with, like, no hand, though. Okay, so they do take the KO. If we top deck our Karina, I think we just win, yeah? So, let's see. Do we get it? We could also, there's like basics. There's other basics we could draw. Like, there we go. There's a Zygarde. So if we could just retreat and hit with the Zygarde, right? And then this, yeah. And we already got rid of one Swablu. We're just scared of Cyrus? I don't know. This is... So if they Cyrus us, they need to have... Yeah, if they Cyrus us, it's kind of cooked, right? They have 3 cards left. Yeah, the problem is we also really need this energy on Mega Lucario. Streaking? Also, hey, Jimbo. What's good, Aces? How you doing? They got the Sire. So, yeah, it's, they just get the KO here. Yeah, unfortunate. We had, like... I mean, yeah. We just, they had their lead just counter our lead, to be honest. Like, the Psychic is rough. It's rough. We didn't see the Zygarde until, like, way too late. So, unfortunately, it looks like Game 1 will be going over to Germany. Alright, I gotta not leak the code. Or, like, you know. No code leak, no deck list leak, no nothing. So I'm gonna pull my face up. You guys get to look at this. For a minute. Also, Aces with the 7-stream streak. What's good, man? Appreciate it. Alright, it's time to lock in. Time to lock in. Alright, we are just... Looks like we are looking over our deck to make sure we got the right list. We are going to be taking... We are not going to be trying to repeat, obviously. That would be incredibly detrimental. Let's see what we got. Alright, we are loading into the match now. Going second. And we do get Suicune lead. We are playing Suicune. And the Frigibax would imply we are also playing Baxcalibur and Chien-Pao. They lead Chingling, which is definitely what they want to do here. We have a Cape in hand, which is nice. You know, it does mean they are going to need to get a Greninja online as well if they're curving into a Altaria to take this KO. That's a lot of, a lot. We gotta do some shit to get there real quick. Get that down. Yeah, okay, so they Chingling Walk us. They don't find a Swablu. They didn't need it this turn, though. They do really want to find a Swablu next turn, though. So yeah, I think that we're definitely meant to... Yeah, we probably want to play that down. We probably want to play the Cape as well and just attach and pass. That's all we really can do this turn. Hopefully, we draw into a Baxcalibur. Not that it's going to do us any good this turn, but next turn we do get to KO the Chingling, which is definitely nice. Okay, they find a Pokeball, so this is 50% to be a Swablu. And it is. So that's really good for them. And they have the candy. Okay, this is, that's super rough for us. Yeah, this is just really bad. So, like, this is, I know a lot of people think Alt Ninja is, like, a good counter to Suicune. It's definitely good into Suicune, but I don't think it's, like... Suicune can definitely beat it. But when you high roll like this, we kind of at this point really, especially since they got the second Chingling, we need to try to play these cards out of our hand so that they can't get like a good copycat or something off to find that Mega Altaria. If they find the Mega Altaria, we're in a really bad shape here because this Suicune will certainly be going. They don't even need they literally just need the Mega Altaria. Yeah, I think we have to, unfortunately, just play the Chen Pao and attack. I kind of like playing the Cape down just to play around Copycat a bit more. We're gonna need to put the Cape on the Chen Pao anyways, but he already has, like, the fast Greninja really is cooking us here, right? Sub Jimbo, swear to God, you attack for 60 damage there. Well, we do need the energy. We need the energy to do that. Oh wait, actually, what am I saying? You're probably not watching the same game I am. Okay, yeah, 5-minute delay. Honestly, that was definitely a play that they could have done. That was a line they could have taken. Back then. But yeah, here, in this game, we are now able to clear this. We just really... They do play the Cape down, which is what you want to do. And now, yeah, we just gotta hope they don't find their guy. Pokeball not gonna be helping us at all, really. Okay, so that's not the guy, which is really fantastic here. What do they need to do? Oh no, do they have it? They had it. It was the one card in their hand. That's really brutal. Yeah, I mean there is no way we can do anything there. So if they didn't have the Mega Altaria this turn, they probably attack with the Chingling. We do get the KO into their Chingling with the Suicune, and then we just kind of pray from there and potentially like win the game with Baxcalibur, not Baxcalibur, Chen Pao hitting into something. We do find the backs, but too little, too late, I believe. I don't even know. Why we're just taking game actions. I think probably discussing what pairing we want to send in here. Just like kind of taking our time, right? Like, we're not BMing. We are using time as a resource because you have only 5 minutes between the end of the game to, like, pick the next guy to go in, what deck they're using, and queue up. So by taking all of this time, also they're just highlighting the fact that they just naturally drew all that crap, like, so fast. Yeah, we did get a little high rolled. It happens. It's Pokemon Pocket. But yeah, we weren't BMing. We were just using our time effectively, most likely to pick what's going in next. So that is going to be 2-0 for Germany. 2-0 for Vega. We don't even know what the second deck Vega brought is. Let me, actually, since he's ended that, let me go here and update this. Alright, and we will go back here. So yeah, teams probably discussing, just further what they want to do, who we want to send in, what we're going to use to counter this Altaria Ninja. We have to kind of guess also what their second deck in the back is, because being down 2-0, we really want to, pick something that's good, not only into Altaria Ninja, but something that we would suspect would get paired with Altaria Ninja here. And, I'm not a lineups guy, so I wouldn't know. Don't ask me. I'm just a personality hire, alright? But yeah, if I'm us, what's good into Alt Ninja? What do we want? That's a good question, actually. In theory, Altaria Ninja is actually really good here, huh? I'm not so sure. I don't also want to talk about the decks we have, so I can't really be like, this is what we should run, because if they don't pick that, I'm giving away information that I don't have to do, so. Yeah, we're probably gonna take, like, a few minutes here to really figure out what we want to run. Oh, looks like we did figure out what we want to run. And I think I agree with this. Of the decks we brought, of the pairings we brought, I think this is probably what we would want to send in here. We really gotta hope that we go on a streak as well, and I think this deck can accomplish that. I will hopefully get it on the screen soon, but yeah, these things take a minute sometimes. Let's see. Alright, looks like everything's all set. We are definitely taking this. Alright, cool. And we are getting ready to go into the private match right now. Looks like it. Alright, we're entering the password, guys. Ooh. Alright, he had it on the clipboard. He was ready to go. He just hit paste. My comment doesn't matter anyhow, because they had Cyrus. Wishing the team luck. Well, I appreciate the wish for luck. Unfortunately, the luck has not been on our side. I mean, that first game is just like, they had a good deck into ours, but that second game, luck was definitely on their side. Hopefully, it turns around here. We are getting into our second player's first deck, going into their first player's first deck still. This is what we chose to counter. It is going to be Sceptile Ninja. And this is a good counter because I mean, I don't really want to spoil it, but we have a good a good card in here to help with the, the Chingling stuff. And also, this is like a super streaky deck, and that's like really what we need right now. We need to claw back a little bit so we don't fall too far behind. So if we can get like a nice 2, 3, or 4 wins in a row here, that would be very huge. And this deck is definitely a deck that can do that, and it can do that in the face of Altaria Ninja as well. And what's up, Sinister Eskimo? How you doing? So they are going first, leading Froakie, which is nice. They're gonna need to expend an energy to retreat out, which does put them quite a bit behind. Having first energy advantage in Sceptile is very nice. I'm sure any of you Sceptile enjoyers out there know that you like having energy advantage. It is really is not easy for grass out here. Yo, it's a Chunky Ninja back at it with the emote. What is that emote? That looks a little bit diabolical. And here we are with the new Furfrou, which is kind of what we want to deal with the Chinglings, but they don't seem to have one. Alright, we got the Pharaoh as well, which is very nice here. The question is, what do we do? Yeah, I'm in favor of playing down the Pharaoh and the Hiking Trail just to get the draw here. I think that it opens up lines for us to high roll if we get an extra draw here, right? We could potentially draw a rare candy, and if we do draw a rare candy off this Hiking Trail or the top deck, see, there we go. And now this Juliana, since we have the Gran in hand, guarantees that we get the Mega Sceptile. I'm not 100% sure on the list. I'm assuming it's just 1 Mega Sceptile, 1 Greninja. Again, I haven't looked at the lists, like exact lists, so that I wouldn't be like actually leaking important information throughout the match. But yeah, I would think that the only Mega left in the deck, or the only Stage 2 left in the deck, is going to be our Sceptile. So we Juliana into the Sceptile, we clear the Froakie. Okay, they get a Chingling, though, so they could actually retreat into the Chingling to try to prevent us from doing that. But if that's the case... Ooh, they have the Ninja, too. Okay. So this is actually not horrible for them. They just really need, Yeah, this is really good, because they got both Swablues, right? So, like, if they didn't have both Swablues down here, we would be in a really good spot, because we could still find our Grovyle, snipe one of the Swablues, and then they would just kind of lose from there. But yeah, they have both Swablues down, so they're able to just whichever one, and we don't get it anyways, but if we had gotten it, whichever one we snipe, they would be able to just evolve and put an energy on the other one and probably be okay. I think we do want to take this KO with Furfrou. I don't think... Yeah, I don't think it makes sense to just keep this Trico in the active. Oh man, the luck is not on our side today. That is a brutal double miss there. Yeah, that is really rough. Things definitely not going our way. Blaze Sept, something like that. Yeah, that is very unfortunate. This is why, guys, if I'm playing Furfrou, I gotta play the regular 30 damage for 1 guaranteed, because this is a very crucial moment to be doing at least 30 damage. Alright, they are just completely set up. Holy crap. Yeah, it's just, I mean, I might be a cursed player, actually. This is just what it feels like to be on a team format on my team, because I always find myself in these situations where my opponents get everything and I just don't. So maybe we can... I don't know. He just pings the Trico again next turn, and it's unfortunate. Yeah, like, what do you even do here? Um, you can't put an energy on this Trico. It would just be wasted. So you'd, what, put the energy on the Pheromosa? I think we're just too far behind at this point. Yeah. Like, we can stall a turn with this Cyrus onto the Greninja, but that, like, does not accomplish anything at all. Um, we could, okay, so what I'm thinking is we could retreat into the Pharaoh. Um, oh no, that's, I don't know, like, I don't know if we want to waste the Cyrus here doing this. I guess we are. I'm not sure what we accomplish here. Because he just gets the ping. Like, what are we gonna try to KO the Chingling over 2 turns or something? He's just gonna item lock us again the next turn, right? Like, he just comes in. Like, they just attach, retreat into the Chingling. The Chingling hits us. They ping the Trico. And we're just in the same board state, really. We don't have, like, another Trico, so, yeah. It's super rough. They're very safe to start attacking with this Altaria on their following turn, unless we find another Trico. But, like, again, they're going to Chingling lock us, so we're not going to be able to hit our Pokeball. We need to naturally draw a Trico here, in order to have a chance at winning this game. And we're still probably losing to a Cyrus. Yeah, we are. And they're pretty... It looks like... I can't see how many cards are left in their deck exactly. Goat Eternal playing. Yeah, Goat Eternal bricking. Yeah, we have to do this because we need the Trico next turn. Basically, we have to, 1, hope they never draw Cyrus. 2, get a Trico online to hit into this Altaria if it comes up and hits our... We don't get the Trico. Yeah, it's kind of game now. We needed to be able, because now they're free, they are just free to come in and attack with Mega Altaria, and we can't do anything about it. I wonder if Team USA is gonna use our first repeat here. I think we might have to. We really need to stop this Alt Ninja. It is streaking on us so fucking hard. It is streaking on us like the streaks left on the seats at a Yu-Gi-Oh event. Like, this is fucking a vile streak. A vile streak. But, you know, Vega's a great player, and if he has the RNG on his side and he's playing like a deck like this, he's definitely going to take it places, right? But yeah, how you doing, Sakaru? You at work still? I know it's a 5-minute delay, so it might be hard to have a conversation this way. You're probably going to be gone before you even hear this. Three cards left? Yeah. I mean, like, what do you do, actually? What do you actually do here? At this point, I think we're just probing for information. Like, I mean, our team's not dumb, right? Like, we're all good players here. We know that the game's over. We are just probing for information, I think. At this point, I think we know almost their entire list. Like, guaranteed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure over the 3 games we've seen every card. I think we know what it is. Dog shit Furfrou. Yeah, that Furfrou really cooked us. If we flip 1 heads there, like, we're actually in a good spot. Totally reasonable good spot. You know, we're not getting Chingling locked that turn. We're able to set up. We're good to go. But yeah, no, that was a crucial miss. So, God, that's rough. We're gonna have to figure out, do we want to use a repeat here? And for those of you who, like, don't understand the format, you know, it is a 5v5 format, where you bring, each player has 2 decks, and you are allowed, if you lose with your first deck, instead of using your second deck, you're allowed to repeat, but your team only has access to 2 of these over the course of the entire match. And so it's like, it's a very valuable resource. It's basically, you use it when you want to bring a counter deck into something, and you just get unlucky and lose that counter. So this is honestly a very reasonable place to use a repeat, and it does look like, I think we might have used the repeat. So we are going to be using... Yeah, okay, we did repeat. Yeah, we are repeating here. L, unfortunate. Positive Sunday. We're staying positive. We're staying positive. It's easier to be positive, though, when it's not me piloting the deck that's bricking. like in week 1, oh, that was brutal. That was brutal. They do lead the Chingling, which kind of sucks, and they're going second, which also kind of sucks for us. It would be totally fine if they weren't playing a Chingling deck. Like, this hand's great if they're not playing a Chingling deck, but they are, so this hand's kind of actually buns. We're going to have to probably try to pound this Chingling down, and also hope that they finally start bricking. If they don't start bricking here, and we just get denied the repeat, that is really bad for us. Okay, well, they don't have a Swablu to attach the energy to, so we aren't doomed yet. But they could get into a Greninja here, which would be bad, because they can start dealing 30 damage a turn to this Trico. I don't know if we want to play the Leaf Cape. I think we probably do to play around Copycat. They really need to find their Swablu. That's what they want right now. If they can find a Swablu, they're in super good shape. Otherwise, we're pressuring this Chingling. They can only item lock us 1 more turn, unless they find another Chingling. And that'd be great for us. We also have, like, oh, they don't find the Swablu. Okay, so they are actually bricking. They also didn't have the Candy Greninja, so I don't even know what's in their hand. They didn't play a draw card. They didn't... Wow, that's crazy. So, can we try to calculate what's in their hand? It's gotta be either double Candy, double Ninja, and they have to have Cyrus, and I don't even know what else would be in there. It could be a Chingling. They just didn't want to play it down yet in case we go into the bench snipe. The bench snipe guy. Because they had this energy anyways that they're going to be wasting on a Froakie, so they were going to have the free retreat into a Chingling if they get it. Looks like they got a Copycat, so now we don't really need to speculate what's in the hand anymore because none of that matters. Let's see if they get their Swablu here, or if they get a Greninja online, or what's going on here. If they don't Chingling us, though... Oh my god, they got Chingling. There's no way they got the other Chingling. But they didn't get the Swablu. Alright, this is they're bricked, but they're bricking us at the same time. We really want to find... I think our stage 1 here goes incredibly hard. Not that we want to play it just yet, because we don't have to, but it's good to have in case they do play down a Swablu. Alright, so... Here, I think we actually attach active. I don't think we do this. I do not think we do this. I think we want to, I think we wanted to pound the Chingling for 20, so it's at 10 HP. And then on the following turn, if they play down a Swablu, we go into the Grovyle, hit the Swablu, and the Chingling is just dead if it's in active or on bench, because the Froakie can hit it for 10 in active. So I think that we would have guaranteed a win if we just hit the Chingling once for 20. We also have the Cyrus, right? There's a lot of ways. But I mean, I guess we just want to go, I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter, really. But yeah, like here now, it's like, what do we do? Yeah, they got both Swablues. I think we just snipe the one they attach the energy to. Oh, are they gonna go for sleep? That's actually quite clever. We do just win now. They're hoping we don't have they're hoping we don't have the stage 2, which we do. But they're also hoping that we don't have a Cyrus, which we also do. Yeah, here's the other thing. The 20 damage would have the 20 damage would have got the KO. Like, we win this turn, right? If we had done the 20 damage to the Chingling, because this was like another option. Oh wait, we went on. What am I saying? We did the 50 of the Froakie. Okay, actually, never mind. Disregard Jimbo. He's dumb. We had a good day yesterday. 2-0, baby. Hell yeah. What's up, Jimbo? Yo, what's up, Ryan? Are you preparing for ranked? When does ranked drop? Alright, it looks like we finally got back. We're not out of this yet. We're not out of this yet. We are now 2-1. Luckily, we did not have to burn our repeat in vain. Wait, is it 2-1 or is it 3-1? I think it's 3-1. I forgot to update the thing. Lol. I forgot to update the score. It should be 3-1 because they got 3 wins with this Altaria deck because we had to burn a repeat there. But yeah, we're just gonna we're locked into this deck because we did repeat, so we're gonna be on this deck until Eternal's out. Looks like we are getting ready to search. I think we're just kind of waiting for them to pick. I don't know what we're waiting for because Vega has to play a second deck now. So yeah, but we are finding a match here. We're gonna see what Vega's second deck is. Hopefully, it does not crap on us. If it is Blaziken, I'm gonna be like, these guys, how are they so smart? And it looks like they have Blaziken sleeves and fire energy. That's insane. Okay. I don't know who's doing the lineup for Germany because that's crazy. That lead was perfect. Like, that was just like the perfect 2 decks to lead with in Taos. Let me see what else should be like this. All right. 3-1. Yeah, that is insane. Genuinely insane. Looks like we're debating on what to lead here. Ooh, Heatmore lead. That is actually kind of shit for us too, right? Yeah, if we had led Pharaoh, I think we're in a much better spot here. Because the Furfrou actually only takes 10 damage from the Heatmore attack. And we can start jump kicking them. Yeah, I think Pharaoh was definitely the lead here. Especially since we didn't know what version of Blaziken this was. Are you preparing for ranked? This is PNC. This is USA versus Germany. And I'm just casting right now. I don't know when it is though. Jimbo, what's up? I know it's delayed. Lol, what's up, Cheeks? I'm sure you'll be here in 5 minutes to hear me say what's up. I appreciate you guys hanging out and watching this. We do actually get the small balloon, which is kind of huge because we definitely don't want Furfrou in the active here. We definitely want to go into this Pharaoh and start kicking their Torchics. So that we can get a Cyrus onto one of them at some point. We could actually also just full place here. Does not look like we're gonna do that, because if we were to full place, I don't know if retreating here's the play. The other worry is, do we want to give them a hiking trail when they could potentially have a cast form? That could be bad. I can't chat to him. Does anyone has a problem here? Hold up. Whoa, the Furfrau actually chunking the shit. I don't know. I don't know if I would have had the balls after that second game to or that first game with this deck to play for that. Jimbo, what's up? I know it's delayed. I already read that. Sorry, I'm tabbing out, whopping around. But yeah, appreciate you guys being here. I know the PocketMads final is on right now, and that is kind of the competitive pocket event of the week. So appreciate you guys being here to support or not support the United States as we attempt to fight Germany, which is, I mean, guys, I don't know if you guys, I mean, how in tune you guys are with like GGB and stuff like that, but the Germans are crazy with Pocket. They're very good Pocket players. Some of the best in the world. Germany is definitely one of the best regions for Pocket, in my opinion. So yeah, this is gonna be a tough match for us, especially after that rough start. But I think it's interesting that we chose to hold the hand, because like I'm super greedy. I would consider full placing, but with those two heads now, like I can see why we did it. This thing's in a jump kick range, like the jump blues from Faramosa, which is really good. It means we're safe to now play this Trico. They can't hit it anymore with their Heat more, which is a big deal because we do not want them Cyrusing up our Trico into their Mega Blaziken, because it's over. It's over if that happens. It's on Monday. Oh, interesting. Well, I'm excited for Ranked. I'm excited to stream a bunch of it. If you're reading this, Fossil Man made it to top 16 in PocketMads with Snorlax Rampardos. Dude is a legend. That is fucking awesome. I love to hear that, Captain Cheeks. That's incredible. Shout out to my goat, Fossil Man. A true legend in the community, if you ask me. Anyways, this is what I was worried about. We are giving ourselves a 25% chance to like lose the game here, basically, because if we hit double tails here, we are fried. Oh, that was so close. Actually, that is actually a clincher right there. Alright, now we are definitely in a good spot. They come up, they have to go into their Mega to be able to get the KO on the Furfrau. And we have 8 cards left. We got Juliana still. We used a copycat. I don't know if we have... I don't know our exact list, but we should, I think, have researches. We have more draw cards left. We have Juliana. We have the Mega Sceptile. We got a lot going on here. And if we don't get it, they have no points yet, so we can go into this Faramosa and, like, start chipping. And, you know, maybe, like, even if we do get the Juliana and we brick the Mega... we can, it's rough. Okay, so they do have the Mega Blaziken. We have not seen a Froakie, notably, on their side, or a cast form, so we don't know if they're playing Grenslot Blaziken, or if they're playing, like, the pure fire. Ooh, this is so ballsy. Wait, actually, no, this is totally fine, because we have the other Trico in hand. We can put it down. Yeah, wow, when we get the Juliana, so we have a 50% chance to be able to start smacking. Oh, we get it. That is so big. If we didn't, though, we just put down the other Trico, attach the energy there, just punch it for 20, and start and ping with Greninja, because we would have the Greninja in that case as well. Yeah, we full plays to play around, really not to play around anything, but just so we can draw 2 more cards and maybe get into our Greninja here, get our Cyrus. The Cyrus would be huge. We get a copycat and a research. Just goes to show that everything good's at the bottom of the deck. Now, it's really bad we didn't get the Cyrus, because they could have Rare Candy, Flame Patch, Mega Blaziken, if this isn't the Grenslop variant. So if this is like the pure Blaziken variant, they do have a way to come in and hit us with their Mega, and if we don't top deck the Cyrus, we're in big trouble because we would lose to their Cyrus, right? So we're really hoping they're actually on Grenslop here and just kind of brick the Froakie. There's a cast form. Still doesn't tell us. Still doesn't tell us. But doing 70 here is rough. Because we are going to be losing to Flame Patch if we don't get the Cyrus. We do not get the Cyrus. Oh, this is a yikes. Alright, here you copycat. I don't think you research. Yeah, copycat would have, I think drawn the rest of the deck, right? Or am I tripping? Maybe I'm tripping. But, I think we were supposed to copycat. Doesn't matter. I don't know what that last card is. If we needed that last card, we probably needed a copycat. What do we do here? It's really scary to stay up. Like, again, like, we do lose to Flame Patch if we stay inactive here. We could just retreat into the Pharaoh, yeah. And attach. We need to attach back to this Mega Sceptile and hope they don't have, whatchamacallit. Oh, this is sketchy. Why did we ping there? I mean, that's a KO. I see that. Alright, we have the Cyrus now. Yeah, this was super weird. Also, I should have known that last card was Cyrus. I'm going crazy, guys. Sorry, I checked that before. It's alright, don't worry about it, Ryan. Don't you worry about it. Okay, so this is the Grenslop deck, which means they don't have another guy. This is scary, though. We know they have a Cyrus in their deck. Yeah, I think that this was just not the play. Because if we pinged... Like, I don't know why we pinged the Torchic. If we pinged the Mega Blaziken last turn with Greninja, we win the game here. We literally just win the game. And now it's like they have a lot of ways to win, I'm pretty sure. This, again, I don't know what this does. I mean, this means that they need to get Flame Patch plus Cyrus again. But, like, yeah, if we had just Gren pinged last turn on this Mega Blaziken, we do win, right? We win here. So, yeah, that was an unfortunate play. Yeah, so we lose to Cyrus Flame Patch again. Or that. I forgot about that. We also lose to Ninja Flame Patch. They still need the Flame Patch, to get this Torchic out of active. But yeah, we have to go up with Mega Sceptile. Because... I guess we don't have to. I mean, we do have to. Like, we need the energy, right? Yeah, it's looking bad. It's looking bad. Okay, Juliana. Do they have the... It's just, do they have the Flame Patch, right? If they have the Flame Patch, it's cooked. If they don't have the Flame Patch, we win. I'm thinking, based off of how slow they're playing, they're probably discussing what what deck they're gonna send into this, which tells me they don't have the flame patch, right? Like, we again in this league you typically don't BM, so I think that like for them to be using their turn timer here is they're as a team trying to figure out what deck they want to send into this next. But I definitely think that we could have played that game better, and we just kind of lucked out that they bottom decked their flame patch. If they had their flame patch over like the last 2 turns at any point, they just win. It is insane though. It is insane because it's really good we're getting through a Blaziken with a Sceptile, because I don't know how many Blazikens they would have been willing to bring. This could have been... I would think because this is their first player, they still have another Blaziken deck in the back somewhere. But they just don't have... Like, if they lose on their next... Like, if they send another Blaziken deck in and they lose, then... they're in a pretty tough spot. They're going to have to burn a repeat for sure, and if they lose again, then they probably don't really have a good way to deal with this if we start streaking on our Mega Sceptile deck here. So we're clawing it back now. It's going to be 2-3, which I think is which is pretty good. It's pretty good, you know. Feeling great. Feeling good about this. See, dude, a Trubbish just spawned. For those of you who don't know, it is Pokemon Go Festival or whatever. Stream paused. Looks like we are searching. Again, we are locked into this deck. We gotta play it. So we are definitely going to be playing Sceptile. It looks like they are not searching yet. Germany appears to be busy. Yeah, not a lot going on right now, guys. Sorry to report. So I'm just gonna sit here catching some Pokemon, honestly, while I wait for the next match. I hope you guys are all having a lovely time. I'm sure a lot of you are. You got this stream open, you got PocketMads open, and I'm sure you got the PocketMads stream muted because you would rather listen to Jimbo cast than Jay. No offense, Jay. I'm just kidding. But either way, appreciate y'all being here, supporting whatever team you're supporting. I'm sure half of you are Germany fans over US fans, and that's totally fine. You know, Germany's a great region too, so shout out Germany. But also shout out US. Let's go US. Come on. We need this. We need this. I don't know if you guys saw that the last US match in the World Cup where we got knocked out. That was so embarrassing. The United States, we can do better, guys. We can do better as a country. Let's be real. So I'm hoping we can get a dub here. It keeps saying stream paused. I don't know what Eternal is doing. Still not able to find an opponent, so they're really taking their time. They must be like really debating what to send in here. I actually have no idea if I'm the opponent, right? Because like you did just lose your Blaziken, and unrepeatable Blaziken also, right? Because that was their first player, so they like did not have the option to repeat. So it's like, what do you send in? And it looks like we are getting into the match now. Let's see. Do they have? Ooh, water energy. Okay, so is this going to be Milo or is this going to be Sweebax? What do you guys think? Who think it? What has a better matchup into this? I'd like to say Sweebax, but I really don't know. Okay, it is Sweebax. As I suspected. Furfrou is a nice lead here. Just because they don't have I mean, Furfrow's just a nice lead, right? Into Sweetbacks. Being able to hit up to 60, like if we do high roll, we're in a really good spot. If we hit like a Suicune for 60, right, like they would need starting planes plus cape plus their PCL just to survive like a Sceptile attack later, which is like, I mean, a lot of people aren't even running the starting planes at this point, so I don't know, pretty rough. We do get the Copycat here, which I think is the right play. We do need to find a Trico above all else, and we do, so that was super worth it. I know we did have the Greninja in hand, and we have the Froakie on the field, but yeah, we really want to get the Trico down, even though we are... I mean, like, we could, in theory, attach and not attack with this Furfrou next turn. I think we are, though. So, realistically, we could have waited another turn to get a Trico down, but... yeah, I think this was the right play. But yeah, again, like we could have waited because we have another turn before we attach the energy. But it is good to get down for like evolutionary reasons. Like if we draw our stage 1, it's still gonna take the full 3 turns or whatever to start attacking anyways. If we evolve that way. But with rare candy, right, we could evolve. It's still slow, right? They do get Suicune. Yeah, I know. He's sad that they got the double ball in the research. It's understandable. They've been drawing well all match so far, all war, right? It is what it is. They also have the Chen Pao down. All right, so other than the fact that they led with the Frigibacks. Yeah, and of course, you can't do damage to the Furfrou with the Frigi, so you're just gonna go ahead and put the Suicune in active to get this draw. They clear the Furfrou, which is scary now because they have a full bench, we have a full bench, so yeah, I think we are going to just attach the Trico. I think that's the right play. We really need to find a candy. We need to find a candy. We need to hope they don't have a cape or a stadium because, yeah. If they have that, it's kind of cooked. Greetings, fellow Rock Eater. Yeah, what's up, Dan Stacy? How you doing? Okay, they're gonna be able to attack us here. Yeah, they've been really hitting the nuts so far. That's super unfortunate for us. I'm sure the USA comms right now are very level-headed and cool, and nobody's upset. Ooh, all right. Yeah, we just have to kind of put down the other Trico. We literally need to put down the other Trico, draw does it matter, actually? No, it doesn't matter, we just lose. Because on their next turn, they just attach to the Chen Pao. Take the KO on this Trico, and then, even if we do get candy and go into our Mega and hit the Suicune and KO the Suicune, which we do. We draw what we need. But it's too late. It's just too little too late. This is the power of just, like, getting set up on Sweet Ninja quickly. They have that just absolutely cooks us. The PCL, like, we don't even KO the Suicune now. It's just... I mean, we were cooked anyways. Because they always have enough energy to KO the Froakie on the bench. Or the Pheromosa on the bench. With this Chen Pao on their following turn. So yeah, they just take this KO. It's never... yeah, this is set in stone, unfortunately. Congrats on streak growing higher. Appreciate it. Just catching you before church. Hope all... Can I speak? Hope the day goes well. Appreciate it, Proverbs. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good time at church. I know you will. Gave up on Sableye. No, I'm not playing right now. This is not me playing, I'm just casting. I did not give up on Sableye. I have played only Sableye so far. This is right now we're watching the perspective of Eternal. Playing for the United States in the Pocket National Cup. Alright. So we're likely discussing what we're going to send into this Suicune deck. Because it is definitely very much over. I'm just going to update that now. Alright, that is going to be 4 wins for Germany. Gonna pull y'all off the screen while we get set up for our next game, figure out what we are gonna send in. And what's a good Suicune counter? What do we think a good Suicune counter is? Honestly, a good question. I don't even know. I don't know with what our lineup, what we should send in. Actually, I do know, but I don't want to talk about what our lineup is, so I'll let you guys guess while we figure it out. Alright, let's see. Who is going in? Alright, I did figure we would probably pick this deck in this pairing. Just makes the most sense. We absolutely need to not use another repeat here, and I think this is the best way to do that. But I am, of course, going to not say what the deck is until we get into the match. Good luck, everybody. Alright, getting into the match here. Loading up real quick. We got Sensei Cloud piloting Zeraora Magnezone. Not necessarily Miraidon. Could be Miraidon. But, you know, who knows? I don't know. They are going first, which is good for them in this matchup, I would say. If they can curve out a Baxcalibur, they're actually just in good shape. They have a cape, they just play it. That does make me wonder, yeah, they are gonna copycat. So they didn't, I figured they had no Pokeballs and no basics. Just a little something you pick up from playing this game a lot. If they attach the cape, you kinda suspect the copycat. They do find a Pokeball. 50% chance for it to be a Frigibax, which would be great for them here. It's Chenpao, so that's kind of scary because, you know, you don't know if we have an Oricorio in the deck or not. You really want to be able to... Like, a big part of the way you beat Miraidon with Suicune is always going to be, like, getting your Baxcalibur out ASAP. It's not even a Suicune deck, really. When you're playing this matchup, you're playing a Baxcalibur deck. Baxcalibur is your man. He is the main guy. Top decking that Licia, crazy for us here. I actually don't like this Pokeball. I would hold on to the Pokeball. It's fine. We got the Miraidon. I don't know what other basics we have in the deck. So maybe it was guaranteed to be Miraidon, but, like, if it's not guaranteed to be Miraidon, I think we hold the Pokeball there, because with the Clement in hand, we do want to guarantee we get the Miraidon. And it's not like we need to play it down this turn anyways, right? But what are we going to be at? We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 energy, which means Miraidon will be hitting for 140. So that's not actually enough to KO the Suicune. And they do get a Frigibax down. I kind of really like attacking, I think. Oh, they don't even attach to the Suicune. I think that's smart, though. In case we somehow, like, if we had, like, Field Blower plus Clemont plus Miraidon, right? You want that energy to be there. So, what do we do here? Yeah, I'm pretty sure there are, like, 2 lines you could go for. Never mind. Now that they play the Suicune, there aren't. If they didn't play that Suicune, though, it could have been worth just like going super aggressive with Sabrina instead of using Clemont, and just hitting the Chien-Pao for 80. Probably not worth. I think the correct play in almost every situation is like just to play this Clemont and start charging all this energy. We are slightly worried about... What are we worried about? I don't even know what we're worried about. I think we're chilling. I do think we want to take this not the KO. I think we just want to hit with the Zera because we don't want... Like, they have to double attach to the Suicune just to retreat. And, you know, if they KO and take this 2 energy off of us, it's kind of fine. Because we just generate that energy back with these Magnetons next turn anyways. And go up another energy on top of that. That's the power of just getting, like, the Licia Clemont, right? You really don't even have to worry about, you know, losing your Zera Aura with 2 energy. So yeah, I think we almost always want to attack. The only thing they're wondering probably is, do they play this cape on the Zera to keep the Zera alive on top of it? And that's actually valid because that's the only breakpoint that gets changed here. The other... What's the other thing? Yeah, no, it's just, actually I almost like playing the cape down there. I think playing the cape down is actually massive. Because they can't take this KO, like, right, because they do get the candy backs. So they would be hitting for 100 here, and we would survive on 10 H. Wait, never mind. Yeah, we would. Yeah, no, we'd be surviving on 10 HP. So the only reason it would be bad is if they're on specifically Field Blower, which I think a lot of people are on in Suicune right now. But yeah, I think that... I mean, it doesn't really matter then at that point, right? If they have the Field Blower, they have it. It's probably the only tool in the deck. I would think that Miraidon only has 1 cape in the deck, and that's it. Yeah, but it could be a big deal just to survive this turn, right? If they don't have the Field Blower, we do get that extra 2 energy on the Miraidon, then they can just, you know, KO whatever later. Right. We would be at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 energy on the Miraidon, which is enough to one-shot anything. Yeah, we just win the game. We would have just won the game outright if we put this cape on the Zera Aura and they didn't have the Field Blower. But we might be going for like a different line where we just attack with a Magnezone here. But I really don't like that, because then he's going to get the clear on... he's going to be able to clear a Magneton, right? With his Chien-Pao. So I think that we probably... Yeah, we probably should have caped last turn. Because, like, again, it looks like the Suicune player does have, like, a number of cards left in deck. You know, this cape's getting... Like, the longer the game goes on, the less likely this cape is to ever get value. Because once they draw that Field Blower, if they're running it, it's gone. Wait, what are we doing? maybe we're playing around Mars. We're playing around Mars. The reason we're doing that is actually, do we just one shot anything anyways? We have 6 energy. That is quite a lot of damage. Uh, yeah, we want to play around Mars because if for some reason they're able to survive this next turn, um, and we didn't play down the Magna Zone and they Marsed us, they could just get the win by sniping both Magnetons with this Chen Pao here. Let's see. Yo, what's up, Cairo? Let me catch up on chat a little bit. Sweetbacks for life, absolutely. And what's good, Cairo? Dan Stacy says, never thought I would watch something with delay in Pocket. Gives me Dota vibes. Well, I mean, actually, if you watch PocketMads, you're watching something with delay. Jay keeps that on a 5-minute delay as well. I think that is kind of standard for these more competitive things. Yeah, we are very happy that they are not on planes. This is why I like planes and Sweetbacks right now, by the way. It actually feels really good, specifically into Miraidon. Getting that extra 20 is kind of a big deal. Alright, let me change the scene here. Alright. So we got the win there. We are keeping things competitive. It ain't over. We aren't out of it. But, yeah, by the way, the most popular Russian Dota caster always sets the delay to himself, so he would stay connected with chat. I don't know if it could do that, but it would be so much better, I guess. I can't do that because I'm, like, directly in the Discord. That's how I'm getting the footage. Like, I'm in the Discord with them. I'm just, like, muted and deafened in their Discord. It would be very difficult to set that up to have the delay on that end. I don't even know how I'd do it. Alright, so they did the obvious thing of sending in Lucario into us. Makes the most sense. We're going second again, which sucks when you're leading Zera, because you really do like to get that attack off on your second turn, but might not happen. They just play down the stadium right away, which makes sense. I mean, like, why not? They're playing the sock variant, it looks like. I still don't understand why we're playing sock, but a lot of people seem to like it, so. I guess it's good into, what, like, Furfrau? I don't know. Furfrau's doing 0 damage if you're running the coin flip one now, I guess. It's not enough that you're already hitting weakness on it. Pokeball is kind of, you just kind of have to really hope you get a Magnemite here. I don't remember how many basics there are, but yeah, that is not what we want to see. Especially with the lag there. That is this is brutal. We might end up copycatting our hand way negative on the following turn, because yeah, this is very tough spot. Very tough spot. Looks like we are really, I don't know what we're discussing right now. There's not a whole lot. I mean, do we, I mean, maybe they're thinking about sacrificing the Miraidon for no reason? I don't know. I think we just are obviously going to be waiting here. They got the X speed too. And the copycat. Well, actually, that's kind of fine, because if they don't have a whole lot to play down after this copycat, this makes it so we can copycat without losing too much value. And, like, because we really need another hand. But, again, when you're playing, like, Miraidon into these fighting decks, you really kind of need to not brick your turn one. Like, you just need to get to the board faster than them. That's how you beat them. Like, the longer this game goes on, the more impossible it will get. Over time. Seven on Mirai is enough to win. Yeah, but if they were running planes, it's not. That's why. They're not. They weren't running planes, so it didn't matter. But if they were running planes, we would have been off by 10 damage, I believe. And also, like, that's what I think about, is because that's the list I run, right? When I'm playing Suicune right now, it's planes. You want planes for the Miraidon matchup for that reason. Yeah, they got Sock. We're gonna rip this copycat. Kind of feels bad to get rid of the Miraidon, but it is something we have to do. Second Zera. Oh man, this is brutal. I think we have to play the second Zera and just attach to it and hit with the lead Zera. We at least have Lycia, but at this rate, I honestly, in this position, it's more than likely we need to go into Baby Magnezone and win some coin flips that way if we're gonna win. We do have the cape on the Zera, which is really bad because we need it on the Baby Magnezone if we want to. Like, I honestly don't even know if I would have played that cape, to be honest, because we still had so many cards left in the deck. You know, the difference between like if playing the cape was like, you know, we're dropping from like 6 cards to 5 cards in deck and then drawing and trying to hit something, like that's a significant percentage of the deck, right? But when you have like your entire deck still in your deck, the difference between like a 1 in 14 and a 1 in 13 is like so minuscule. And this is a piece that we did need, right? If we want to go into the Magnezone, in order to survive a fully charged up Lucario, it's going to need the cape. So, yeah, that's pretty rough that we played it out and that they have the Lucario. Also, kind of, it also probably doesn't matter if they just like hit with the Hitmonlee, if they snipe the correct if they like go up with Hitmonlee and just start kicking the Magnemites, then it doesn't matter anyways. Especially if we want to clear it. I think so. What they do here is probably hit with the Sock. Yeah, it's just gonna be hit with Sock. Sabrina's very brutal because they're getting a KO here. I think it's correct to give them the Zera Aura, though, because if they are running Field Blower, then the Zera's dead to that Field Blower later anyways, and also this prevents a Cyrus if we're going for like a 1-1-1 to lose that way. So, definitely good to pitch the Zera there, even though it had energy on it that we could potentially use in the future for you know, a Miraidon, but I don't think Miraidon's going to be our answer. Again, I think we just need the Magnezone, and we need them to brick their attack when they start attacking with this Lucario. We need them to just, like, flip tails. So, what's also rough is, you know, if we do hit into them with the Magnezone and then they retreat, the Magnezone alone's not gonna be enough to like it KOs in 2, so they can just like put up a Hitmonlee, kick something on the bench, and then they can Cyrus it up later and win. So what we really need to do, right? So what they should do is they're gonna come up with their Lucario, clear our guy. We need to go up with a Magnezone and hit with the Magnezone so that they have to retreat the Lucario, and then we need to. They'll come up with the Hitmonlee, and then we need to have a Miraidon and a Cyrus. So we need to literally we need to top deck a lot here, because our hand is just all not cards we want to see right now. We need that baby Magnezone. Our life depends on this baby Magnezone. Do we still have researches? Wow, we drew it naturally. Huge massive top deck. Now this is a very winnable game. We can win this game. We still need the top deck of Miraidon though. They already used Sabrina. Yeah, this is kind of good. Yeah, we want to burn this Clement for sure. We need to get this out of here. Just in case, I don't know. But this is super winnable, right? So if they they could just put the game on a 50-50 here for no reason. But it might actually be the play because attach attack might be the play because we only have 3 cards left in deck, so if we have Cyrus Miraidon, it's cooked. It's cooked. So I honestly, if I'm Germany here, I'm really gonna just take this 50-50, I think. And it looks like that's what they're doing. They attach to the Mega Lucario. They are gonna take the 50-50. And they whiff it. Okay, now we have a chance. We just really need to have that Miraidon. We get the Miraidon. Let's fucking go, guys. USA clawing their way back. We're winning matchups we should not be winning. We beat Blaziken with Sceptile, and we just beat Lucario with Miraidon. This is a huge deal, guys. We would be very out of this this war if it weren't for these plays. This is incredible stuff, guys. Let's go. All right, and what's good for Bella? All right, that's great. What an even match. I feel bad because my friends are out playing Pokemon Go for Go Fest right now, and they want me to come, and I'm like, maybe if this casting thing ends early, we'll be able to do it, but not gonna happen. It looks like this is a very close game. Is it 4-4 now? I don't even know if I've been keeping track of the score correctly. I'm gonna look. Let me see. Let me see if I can see anything. We're searching, by the way, guys. I am not ignoring this. We are searching. Yeah, I think they're trying to figure out who to send in now, so it might take a second. Or actually not send in, but they sent that in, right? So they're probably using a repeat. If I'm Germany right now, I am absolutely using a repeat here. This is repeat central. You wanna play Lucario into Miraidon. Where the frick? I am in too many Discord servers, guys. Where can I view the match sheet? Let's see. Germany versus USA. Yeah, this is quite a match. It is, in fact, 4-4. We are still searching. We are still looking. I mean, I would think they're using a repeat. I don't know why we're taking so long here. Yep, still searching, guys. Still searching. Still searching. Sometimes this happens in these kind of things, kind of competitions. Um yeah. Well, how's your day, Jet? I mean, we're on a 5-minute delay, so I can't really have a conversation with you guys, I guess. But how's your day going? I'm having a good time. Having a good day. We are still searching. Okay, we finally they send in their next player. It's gonna be Dandy. We are, where are we at? Charge this. Loading into the match now. Oh yeah, let me update this as well. We are 4-4. Is this Blaziken? They did not use a repeat. Wow. Not using a repeat is pretty. I mean, I guess you want to save them for the end, but I don't know. I feel like I used a repeat there. But hey, maybe that's why I'm not a lineups guy, you know. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I just know how to play the game once I'm in it. They got the double Pokeball start, but they are going first, leading Torchic, which I think is generally good for us. There's like a very real chance that I don't know. We'll have to see. We're gonna be on 2 energy. Yeah. If we can find, I feel like if we can find a cape, we're just like in a good spot, right? I think in this position, you know, obviously the Sabrina's terrible. The copycat is an option, but so the issue is we don't want to give them a good copycat, but I think despite that, I almost like the research. Nah, dude, it's got a. Unfortunately, I do think it might be the copycat. I think we're copycatting from 4-4 here. We just need to find different basics. Anything but this freaking Miraidon is great here. Any other basic is great here. And the research is just not going to like give us as like we're seeing 4 different cards, right? If we copycat. Research, we're getting 2 cards deeper and only seeing 2 more cards. So I think the copycat is maybe better. We did not find another basic, however, we got the Lycia in hand now. So again, we're kind of slow to the board here. Depending on the speed our opponent goes at, this might be fine. I do wonder, I think this is because they played, that Juliana tells the whole story there. They are playing Greninja in this deck. We know they now, since they played that, we know they have Mega Blaziken and Greninja in their hand right now, which is super fucking scary. If they have a rare candy, they're going to be able to start swinging right away. for one. Like we can't. We need to. Yeah. This is tough. This is tough. Let's see if they retreat. Maybe they just retreat. But if they don't retreat, that tells me they have candy in hand too. Okay, they do retreat. I guess that's a safe play. If they have Candy, Flame Patch, Blaziken in hand, if we like do top deck a Miraidon here, it is very dangerous to go in with that. I think we still need the cape. Like if we want to go in, we need the cape. I mean this is a really bad matchup in general though, right? We are going to definitely Alicia here. And yeah, we do kind of have to play both of them. I do wonder if we, to avoid getting KO'd, evolve the one that they choose to chip with this Heatmore. I'm assuming they're going to chip with the Heatmore here. They might not, though. They might just, have the candy, so they might, or draw the candy, so they might... Okay, they get the Froakie now. So we know they have both their Froakie, or both their Greninja and their Mega Blaziken in hand. I'm guessing they don't have candy. And they Flame Patch. Okay, that's really good for them. So, yeah, they're just looking for candies. I think they're definitely sitting in a very good position here. We're likely going to take this KO and the Heatmore with Zera, but it could also be worth burning the energy and going up with the Magnemite that has the damage on it already and taking the KO that way. The counter argument of that is they could just go up with the cast form, and then we're kind of in a bad spot, assuming we don't have the Sabrina in hand, which we do. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it makes sense. We have 2 Pokeball, which is good here, and we have a Magnezone. I think we have to play both of these Pokeball now. We want to thin the deck as much as possible, and we really, we want to see a cape. We need to see a cape, and we need them to not have their Greninja on, basically at all. We just need them to not see 2 rare candies really quickly here. If they see 2 rare candies here, then even with the cape, they're just going to be able to KO the Miraidon, and nothing's going to matter. But if they don't have the Ninja, the cape does save us, and we can potentially win this game. Looks like, what are we doing here? My day's cool. Woke up at 4 a.m. by the thunder. Started playing Unite. Feels good. No way. Playing Unite in a thunderstorm. That's my guy. That's my goat. Alright, so them going up with the Torchic tells me they have the candy. Right, you would never go up with this Torchic if you don't have the candy. You would always just go up with the cast form. That is much safer. The hiking trail is really big for them as well, because now they're getting real deep in their deck. This gives them pretty decent odds at finding the Greninja. I kind of feel like we go up with the Magneton here and hope for a Baby Zone top deck. The Baby Zone top deck would put us in the same position as last game, really. You can't... I don't think we Clemont here. I mean, we actually could Clemont here. We could Clemont, hit for 60, and then Baby Zone after. Either way, it's like in this position we need... Like, they are so likely to get their Greninja soon. Like, we know they have the Greninja in hand. Like, the last card in their hand at the end of that play was the Greninja, and then they drew 2 more cards. I don't know how many researches they have left. I can't remember. But if they have another research, it's so likely that they find their candy. And we're in a weird spot. We research. We get the cape, actually. So that's interesting. We get the cape and we get the zone. So we can, like, theoretically hit real hard here with Miraidon. So this is saying you don't have candy. We would have definitely preferred the Magnezone here, I think. But we at least survive. We at least give them a chance to bottom deck their thing. Ooh, this is close on the timer. Nice. All right, we got it off. So, yeah, if they don't have their thing, we're in really good shape. If they don't have their candy. If they do have the candy, we just lose. If they don't have the candy here, we're actually in incredible shape because we have Turo, right? So if they don't take a KO, we get to Turo Miraidon back in the deck, and they still only have one prize. So they have to get through our baby. Oh, shit. Ah, they got it. That's unfortunate. It was a close match. That was really unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, it's just not a favored matchup. I'm surprised they had another Blaziken. Actually, I'm not surprised. I said they would have another Blaziken. This is their last Blaziken, though. I'm sure that they don't have more than this. All right. Update the score. It's now 4-5. And what do we do? I forget. They're on 5. So I think we just have whatever deck we got in the back for Sensei here is what we're forced to go into now. No fucking way. Is this really what Sensei's pairing was? Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, this is gonna be a match, guys. This is gonna be quite a match. Based off of everything I've seen from our opponent's list so far, from that last match, like we knew most of the cards. We saw most of the cards. I think it is safe to say it was the standard 20 card list. Ooh, what's this Pokemon? Look at this Pokemon. I'm playing Go right now while we're searching. We are searching. We do have our deck selected and ready to go. We are just waiting for Germany to also queue up. Looks like they did. Found the match. And I will reveal to you guys that we are playing, likely, a mirror. An exact 20-card mirror. Very likely. Again, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure on their list. But I'm pretty sure there's only really one, like, definitive list for this, right? There's not really any surprises. We do lead the Froakie, which, sucks, but we're going second, so we can kind of flop on this Torchic. We might be flopping here. We might be giving him a little bit of the old ribbit, the old frog. Ball. Let's see what they get. Second ball. Okay. Cast form. That's a little bit suck. And heat more. And copycat. Yeah, this is a matchup. This is the matchup of a century, and they have a good start. Let's see. Alright, this is a fucked hand. What do you do here, right? It's probably just copycat. For the same reasons we copycatted, like, last time we had a similar hand. We're just changing the 4 cards that are in our hand, but at least we have, like, much better odds at, like, getting cards that we can play out that are useful to us here than a research. It looks like we're gonna go for the research, which is pretty ballsy. I mean, they did already use one of their copycats, which is fine, But if they like play out a bunch of cards here and then hit a copycat, we're in bad shape. We actually research into 2 Pokeballs, which is kind of huge. And we have Flame Patch here, so really if we wanted to, we could go into Cast Form this turn. Really sucks that we just missed, because I would assume that that was a 66% chance on the second Pokeball to be a Torchic. And the first Pokeball was a 50% chance, so a 50 plus 66% chance was like really high odds to be the thing. We are going to retreat, which I find interesting, but we do want to make our hand smaller, so I understand. We could have hit for 30 with just the Froakie and the active, and it would have been like the same thing, but I guess the downside is if they have Flame Patch, they're hitting our Froakie really hard, and then it's dead to a ping from a Greninja or a Heatmore later, and it's probably better for us to just keep the Froakie safe. So, I think this makes sense. And they just have Candy Torchic, which is, I mean, that's kind of fine, unless they, like, what are they going to do? They're just going to sit inactive? So that gives us another turn. Unfortunately, they keep their hand really small now, which means, like, we can't copycat them, but we do have another research in the hand. We do really, really, really want to find a Torchic. Unfortunately, it's just, we used both Pokeballs, so it's literally just whatever, like, if we can top deck it with this professor's research or not. And we don't. Okay, this is disgusting. Our luck has not been great, but that's alright. We're fighters. Let's see. So we're gonna be doing 30 damage here. Unfortunately, no stadium down, which is really fucked. Yeah, and here's the issue with not playing the copycat that turn, right? Is now we have these 2 copycats in our hand, and we have like 5. We're gonna have 6 cards in our hand, and they're going to have you know, just the 3. So we're like going super negative here. Yeah, we have to rip a copycat. We have to rip a copycat and pray that we get like Torchic plus the other copycat. Is the only way we're gonna be able to find a win here. We still don't get a Torchic, so it's just over. We just lose. We never find a Torchic in the mirror match. So, and they carve out a Mega Blaziken. So that sounds about right. USA, baby. USA. Definitely not great. So we're probably, like, we know it's over as a team. We are probably thinking about what do we do next? And like, what do we want to bring into Mega Blaziken? And man, I would think if we have, I think we already played Sweebacks. I don't know how many we brought. But if, you know, if I'm USA right now, and I'm on the team. I'm just not talking to them. But if I were talking to them, I'd be like, guys, I think we got to send in a Suicune here. This is all we can do. All right, W play, W stall tactic. They have not played Flame Patch yet, though. Oh, we got a Torchic. Okay. Yeah, so we do have... Alright, for a second I thought maybe there was like an error where we weren't running a Torchic for some reason. We actually have the Torchic. It is in the deck. It's good to know. So here, we actually could spawn a second Cyrus into our deck, ping the Heatmore, Cyrus that up, put an energy on a Torchic, and also hope that they don't have Flame Patch for another turn. And then if we do all that, we still actually lose the game as we have no points. And they Yeah. All right. Yeah, we're just gonna take this ping. Because maybe we could ping the cast form down. This is kind of funny. Like we are like literally just playing this out, so we can discuss like what deck to bring next, like what pairing that we want to send into this, and yeah, it does probably look pretty funny from the viewer's perspective, but it is strategic, right? Because we can't really like there is so there like in the rules, right? When you finish a round, um, you have 5 minutes to get into the next round, and so when you realize a game is lost early, you want to take the time and play out the rest of the turns so that you have more than those 5 minutes to discuss what you want to go into with your team, and that's what we see here, right? So we're gonna be chilling for a second, just kind of waiting around. See what we bring in. Looks like we already figured out who we're sending in. So I mean that's the power of slow playing the end of the game, I guess. Um, Here we go. There we go. Let me get this set up. Just looking at our lists here. Yeah, I figured we would probably go with this, to be honest. Makes the most sense to me. So it looks like we are about to queue up. Should not be long. All right. And we are going to be playing against the Blaziken Greninja deck again, obviously. That is how this works. And we are bringing Suicune. Somebody remind me to use the restroom after this game. You have to see in the future, though, because of the 5-minute delay to do that, but I'm going to need you to do that. We are leading the Frigibacks going first. Not terrible if we can find, like, a boat and, like, another basic. We do find the boat. And we research. Can we find another basic? We find a Pokeball. So this Pokeball has a 50% chance to be Suicune. I'm not going to pretend like this is some crazy list that's not running exactly 2 Frigibacks, 2 Suicune, and 1 Chenpao. That is what we're running. So this Pokeball has a 50% chance to be a Suicune. I think that we're thinking about not playing it to increase the odds that we, like, top deck a basic. And then, alright, we went with it. Yeah, so, like, we could have, like, not played it there, and it would have been okay. Unfortunately, we didn't get the Suicune, which is a little rough, but, yeah, we didn't get the Suicune or the Frigi, which is rough. I think what we do here, though, is we probably boat. I don't think we retreat necessarily into the Chenpao, but we might. Yeah, we don't. Because, like, there's still a chance that we top deck another Pokeball or one of the Suicunes. So that's like the Pokeball would be a 66% chance to be a Suicune now. And then there's also the 2 Suicunes. I don't know how many cards we got left in the deck, so I can't give you the percent odds that we do hit a Suicune this turn. It's not terribly high, though. It is not terribly high. We also have another research, which could help us. And what's good? Bearded Steak. Yeah, he hits us for 20, but we're chilling. PCL, not really what we want here. We have to retreat because they haven't really played much down, so we have to assume that they just have Candy Torchic or Candy Blaziken in hand, which does even through a PCL clear the Baxcalibur, which is unfortunate, and we need to keep this alive more than we need the Chen Pao, I would say. But yeah, Copycat's definitely the right play here, even though like we're still kind of worried about Osiris. Don't get another thing. So we're kind of really hoping they don't have Blaziken. We have to attach that energy to the Baxcalibur. There's no way that we don't. Because the threat of Cyrus is far too real. Field blowering the boat it's a play. I don't think I agree with that play. No, I think we were supposed. So this is saying if you do have Cyrus Candy Blaziken and you take the KO on the Baxcalibur, I'm gonna be able to hit with 130 on the Chempao, but like that doesn't matter. It's just not enough. We just lose here. We absolutely because now we can't do like 90 here. I mean, it doesn't matter. We lose anyways to this, right? We just really needed a Suicune and a Cape, and we just never saw that, which is really rough. Because now there's no way out. Even if we get like fully set up, super cooked. If we get fully set up, like say we see every single card we want, at this point, unwinnable. Because we would never be able to like attack. We're just never able to attack again. Even if we get like both Suicunes down with capes and like the other Frigi down, and then like can start like we curve out the next Baxcalibur after getting that Frigi down, it's still not enough. Like we could literally we could research into the other two basics here, and it's just like it's still just completely over. Yeah. That is the power of being very lucky, though. Or unlucky, depending on what perspective you're looking at. Yeah. Super unlucky. Did we use a repeat? I think we used one repeat. We should still have another repeat. And if that's the case, I think that we might want to use it here. Not sure, though. It does depend on what the deck we have in the back is. And that's what we're discussing right now before this concede is, like, do we want to repeat decks? And it's very possible that we do. We might use our last repeat here, which is scary because then when we're out of repeats, we're fucked. Use the restroom. How the fuck did you predict that so well? I am gonna use the restroom, actually. I'll be right back. All right, I am back, and Geez, it looks like we did use a repeat. Let me update the score. It is now 6-4 in Germany. Looks like we are leading once again on the Frigibacks. We do already have the 10-pound hand, though, which is nice because our Pokeballs are more likely to get a Suicune. The Suicune is very important in this matchup. You want a Suicune with a cape. You want them to not get the ninja too quickly so that they get through that anyways. This is another reason I really like starting plane. Like, this is another matchup where I feel like the starting planes is very beneficial in Suicune. I don't know that we're running it in this exact list, but yeah, the starting planes it goes hard here because you can survive a ping plus Blaziken attack. They get the heat more. Their hand is nice and small. Okay, we do have a Pokeball, which is a big deal. And we get the Suicune. There was 66% chance. Yeah, we almost certainly just retreat and attach to the Suicune here. Should be fantastic. Remember to use the bathroom after this game, Jimbo. You were much later. Dan was... He hit it right perfect. Right perfect. Knew exactly when to say that. Ooh, I got my final grade back in the class I just took that I just finished up. Not like my final grade for the whole thing, but my grade that I got on the final, which was an 85, a B. So we did it. We passed. We're doing great. Yeah, I made some mistakes on that exam that after the exam I was thinking about in bed while I was trying to sleep, and I'm like, God damn it, I fucked that up. But still a decent enough grade. Let's see, we got still, like, they copycat, but, like, yeah, they're just getting through their deck pretty quickly, which is scary here. We do, like, they don't have another Torchic down, which is really good for us, because they kind of, I think, are gonna want to retreat this, and it gets KO'd anyways. So unless they have, like, another Torchic in hand, but, like, yeah, I think that this is not looking good for them, and they need to attach this energy. Alright, so they are sacrificing the Torchic. They're going to go in with the Heat more, and they're really praying to find another Torchic soon. I don't know if we are... Do we want to put down a Suicune or another Frigi? And I kind of feel like the Frigi's a little greedy here. I think we're gonna want the other Suicune. We can go with the Frigi. So this is a little bit greedy, just because we have so many cards left in our deck. If we were a little bit further in our deck, like, the Frigi's like the obvious play here, especially since we already have a boat on one of them. But yeah, like, the only way this makes sense is, like, we did get one Baxcalibur. So the high roll of this play is we get into two Baxcaliburs, so if they ever put down their other Torchic, they lose the game. Like, even if they put it down this turn, right? If we find the other Baxcalibur, since we already had two candies in hand, we just win the game. But we still have 10 cards left in deck, right? We had 11. We happened to hit the 1 in 11 to top deck that Baxcalibur. Now it's like we could... Okay, we have a copycat. So what we can do is we can candy one of the Frigis, and then we can copycat, and we're drawing, like, a bunch of cards. And there's, like, an okay chance that we get it and just win the game here. But it's not, like... it's not super likely, right? It is gonna be we're gonna have 11 drawing 4. So we got to see it in that 4, and we don't see it. Okay, so this was kind of like average variance here, I would say. It would have been lucky for us to find it. Now we're kind of in a bad spot to Cyrus or Greninja. No, actually, it's just Cyrus. Yeah, we're only worried about the Cyrus. The Cyrus fries us if they have Cyrus Mega Blaziken. And we know they haven't played the Greninja out, which means they still have 2 candies in the deck, so they just need to find, one of those candies plus their Mega, and have the Cyrus. And if that's the case, it is cooked. It is cooked. Because they just need to get into a Blaziken after, or not a Blaziken, a Greninja after, and it's just like one shots us. It's good if they top decked that, but they might have got that off the. No, they probably. I think they just top decked that. They have the candy. Do they have the Cyrus? Do they have the Cyrus? That is the question. Attaching the energy is interesting. It's Juliana. Okay, so they don't have the Cyrus. We just win the game then. We're gonna go up with the Chen Pao and snipe one of the basics on the bench, and we are good to go. Nice timing, Dan. Yeah, Dan got that one. Dan got that one. All right, yeah, we win the game. This is such a close match, guys. This is such a close match. I'm a terrible alarm clock. It's all right. It's all right. Not all of us are built to be alarm clocks. I sure wasn't. All right, so the thing is paying off. What's it called? What do we call it? The repeat. That's what I'm looking for. Sorry, guys. Pogo Ash, my moderator, has invited me to a Mega Mewtwo Y raid on Pokemon Go. So she needs me to carry her, and that's fine. I can carry her in Pogo. Jimbo Pocket will carry Pogo Ash in Pogo. Easy. All right, we are loading in here. I think the enemy team was just, Germany was just taking a. Dude, just got cooked. That's so unfortunate. They were just taking a second to probably figure out what they wanted to send into, Suicune here, especially since, it's the only. So since we used repeat, right? The next loss, we get to pick what goes in next into what they have. So, yeah. They want to make sure they're sending in something that one has a good matchup into Suicune, but then the thing in the back has a good matchup overall into the field. And yeah, I mean, Miraidon makes sense, I would say. Hmm. So what basics do we want to play? I don't really like playing the Suicune down, to be honest. Uh, but that's just me. I just don't. Usually, you don't get a lot of value out of two Suicunes in electric matchups. But maybe you're just trying to make your hand smaller. But like usually they only have one copycat anyways, so it's like I don't know. I would maybe not. See, they do cape active to survive, which is like what I was saying about a few games ago when we were playing Miraidon. I like that for sure. Wow, Ash is sending me a lot of raid invites. I see you, Ash. I see you. Alright, nice. We get the candy. So we're gonna get this back online. And be able to hit here. I don't know if we want to hit or if we want to attach to the Chen Pao, because there's a very real chance that okay, actually never mind. The field blower coming in clutch. I completely forgot. I'm so not used to playing the field blower personally. Um because I really like the stadium, as I have said several times now on the stream. I like the stadium right now. The field blower does come in clutch because we're gonna be able to knock off one of these energies. I think we still probably can we get KO'd by Miraidon? We didn't get a cape. How much damage can a Miraidon do? If they get a Magneton plus Miraidon, they're gonna be at 4 energy, which is what, 120 with weakness. So I think we do live anyways. So this is good. This is actually really good. The field blower was actually kind of huge there. Got another research. They did get the guy. There is a bit of lag. This is not the clearest stream, but that is totally fine. So they're just gonna hit into the Suicune. We don't have the damage to clear it. This is where it feels kind of bad having this Suicune down, because it would feel really good to have like the other Frigi down and potentially be able to like go into other stuff coming up here. I do wonder where you put this boat. I think you probably hold it in hand right now. Yeah, this is so rough. If we had space for this Frigi, right, we would be able to really threaten a lot here, but right now it's a little scary because they can survive this with a bunch of energy, right? They live with 10, and then a Miraidon can come in and it's like really close to being able to just one-shot everything. Like it can one-shot the Suicune. The Miraidon will be at 6 energy, and then on the following turn, it will be on the next number's energy. I'm not going to say it. I know you guys are weird like that. Corndog's probably in the chat just waiting. W Ash boosting Jimbo and Pogo. What do you mean? I'm carrying Ash. I'm getting boosted, guys. I'm getting hella boosted. Hella boosted by Ash. I'll admit it. I'm man enough to admit it. She is carrying my ass. But that's fine. Yeah, we're really scared of seeing Miraidon here, because without planes we can't really survive two Miraidon attacks here. But if they don't have Miraidon, they're actually kind of cooked. If they don't have Miraidon, they're probably thinking about going in with Baby Magnezone here. We're still cooked. If they go with Baby Magnezone, we're still cooked, actually. No, they have Miraidon. Yeah, it's freaking... Is cooked. Is cooked here. 6 energy. They're going to be hitting for 140. Way more than 140. What the hell am I saying? 160. That's a lot more than 140. Forgot about that weakness. They're hitting 160, and then they hit 160 again on whatever they put up, whatever we put up, right? Like, yeah. Yeah, the cape's not going to be enough. They still do 10 damage more if they just attach to active, so it's pretty cooked here. We're probably discussing... I would assume we're discussing what deck we're sending in next, but there's a chance that we're not. I don't know. I think we are. I would have to assume that we're just playing very slowly here. Trying to figure out what we're sending in. You know, it's a funny card that flips this matchup so much is Giovanni. I don't know why. I'm gonna yap about Geo because I love that card. Geo would fix this matchup because a lot of the time, people calculate for like surviving on 10 HP with the Zero Aura from a Suicune hit, which is a big deal. But also the Chen Pao being able to one-shot Miraidon would be crazy. I still don't think it's like a good card in the deck, obviously, overall. I'm just joking. I'm just a Geo lover. But, something to think about for fun. Why not? Praying for US comeback to see the 6-8-1 score. Interesting. What are we at? We have we'll leave this. I believe this is the score right now. Go back here. And yeah, I think it was pretty obvious what we're going to send in here. But again, not trying to give anything away that I don't have to. So just kind of waiting on getting into this next round. Still just chilling. Still waiting. Alright, we are in, guys. Let's go. Currently 5-7 Germany. What do we do here? Just kind of waiting for them to set up, it looks like. We are going to be leading this Riolu. Again, I don't know the exact version we're playing because I didn't look at it, didn't want to spoil it. Realizing now that I need to do this. Pop. Pop. There we go, that looks quite a bit better. Alright, we do get a Hitmonlee, which is nice. But I don't actually know that we want to go up with the Hitmonlee. It's kind of interesting spot. I almost... yeah, this is kind of rough. I don't know. I guess we want to play around Copycat. We're probably going to go up with the Hitmonlee. Probably Rocky it, and then Poncho Riolu. I think this makes sense. And then we're probably attaching our first energy next turn to the Hitmonlee to start kicking these this Magneton. Waiting. Attaching, I think that's smart. I think you definitely want to attach to that Zera in the back. Because we're obviously going to start kicking the Magnemite, and if you don't find a Magneton, it's just going down, so you don't want it to have the thing. Ooh, we're playing the Furfrou. Spicy. Alright, so we get the Furfrou down now. But I do think that, like, we're sitting safe here. Now we're safe against Sabrina. We're safe against all sorts of things. Also, yeah, I guess we don't see the value in kicking this Magnemite just yet. Because they could go into a Miraidon here. So if they go into Miraidon and we have no energy on the Riolu, we're in like kind of a tough spot. So I think that it's definitely correct to place this energy on the Riolu in the back. It might honestly, if they don't go into the Miraidon this turn, be correct to place another energy on the Riolu in the back before going into anything. I think. Okay, they are just going in with the Miraidon. Which is crazy, but I mean, like, you kind of just have to go for it, I feel like. In this matchup, it's really tough to win as the Miraidon player. If we draw, like, we can go up with the Riolu here and just hit. They've clogged their board, so if they're playing, like, a second Miraidon, they can't even play it down. Nor can they attack with anything next turn unless... yeah, okay, they do attach to the back. I mean, that's what you gotta do. That makes the most sense, right? Now, I think we just probably go up with the Lucario here, because if they have Sabrina and we're, like, trying to, like, be cheesy and... all, like, I don't know. I think we just want to hit this thing, right? They could have a Turo, though, but they are on two cards left in deck. I think most people are only on one Turo. I still like, from the list I posted a really long time ago for Miraidon, I still think that's just better. Let's see what we get here. We get the Pokeball. Get the other Riolu. It's kind of interesting. I don't know. I don't know if we want to play that down, though. I almost feel like it's just... I think we just have to go in with Lucario here. It sucks we didn't get our stadium. Obviously, we're just winning the game if we have the stadium. We don't have it. This will make it so we lose to Sabrina later, but it does allow us to do this play. Actually, no, what am I saying? The Zero can only hit for 50, so even if they Turo out and hit for 50, we could just retreat out and take the KO on the Zera, and with the Riolu on the bench, and then they don't have like the energy to really threaten us with the Miraidon again. So the way you avoid saying that reminds me of the joke we had 10 years ago when someone said 300, the others would tell him to give a blow to a tractor driver. It rhymes in Russian. That makes no sense in English. I'm glad it rhymes in Russian, though. Oh, they just take the KO. Yeah, so it's pretty much over. There's actually no... the only way they can win this is second Miraidon plus Sabrina plus Magneton. They would need like they need a combo here. They need quite a combo here. Right. They need to take the KO on the Furfrou. So yeah, I mean, let's see if they have that combo. But yeah, again, they do need the Magneton as well. They don't have enough damage because the Furfrou's fur coat would survive with 10 HP if they just have Sabrina plus Miraidon. And they research, so yeah, it's going to be game. There's definitely nothing they can do now. They're probably just talking about... Dan, how do you even know? There's a delay! The game's not even over! How do you know? How do you know? How do you know? Explain. Are you, like, hacked into my computer? Are you in the mainframe right now? Yeah, I'm gonna update the score. The score is 5 plus 1 to 8 minus 1. Ooh, a little BM, a little feisty from Storm. A little BM with that Karina. Giving them a little information they did not have about our deck. I don't know if I agree with that Karina play, I'm not gonna lie. You know, we could have not been on Karina. It's real. It's possible. Alright. What am I doing? What am I doing? Just, we're waiting on the next match to start up here, guys. It's gonna take a second, as it always does. Sup, Jim Sis. Okay. We are waiting still on this next match. Unable to find opponent. They are thinking of what to send in next, I believe. Or are they? Right, no, they sent the Miraidon in. I'm pretty sure they have They're not on a new guy, right? They're on, they just need to play their second deck. I don't know what's taking so long on this search. Damn, I'm freaking hungry. These wars, guys, they take a while. How long have I been live for? Let me check. Let me look at this. I've been live for 2.5 hours. Goddamn hungry. Soup? Wait, why the fuck? By the way, Jag, YouTube automatically translated that to the word soup for some reason. Just thought I'd let you know. I don't know what's going on. Is there an issue that I'm maybe I need to check Discord on my phone. I'm wondering if there's like a deck check going on or what. Alright, we just submitted the time check, and now they just submitted their next player. Interesting. Yo, what is that noise? Luchin rating with a party of 65. What's good, Luchin? You're on this team, aren't you? I am on a 5-minute delay. I am casting USA versus Germany in PNC. That's right, Luchin. USA. Yeah, we are. I'm like in the call, but I'm deafened. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm on a 5-minute delay. I'm gonna respond to chat. It's just you're not gonna hear my responses for a minute. Am I on the right scene? Yeah, I am. Okay. I was worried for a second because my preview, but yeah, delay. We are just kind of waiting around for Germany was taking a minute there to find their next to pick their next player. But looks like they are sending in. Ooh, okay, so they must be out of. I would assume they're out of counters to Lucario. I don't know why. This is either that melodic deck or Suicune. It is Suicune. That makes more sense. It's just better. Yeah, so Suicune's not like a great deck to send into Lucario, generally speaking. But I don't know, maybe they just didn't have a better option. Unsure. I can't remember if they have. Yeah, okay. We've used both of our repeats. They have not used any repeats yet, which is a little bit scary, especially since they're in the leads here still. But if they are out of counters to our deck, that's really good. If they have to use a repeat playing Suicune into Lucario, that's definitely very good for the US. What are y'all playing for? This is the Pocket National Cup. We're playing for pride. Well, also there's it's a whole season long thing, right? And so there is like quite a bit of money on the line. Like it's I forget what it is. But really, like generally speaking, the amount of time put into this, like if you're trying to grind this game for money, you're better off just playing tournaments. This is mostly for, as Luchin said, the glory. But yeah, there is a cash prize of like $1,000 or so. I don't know, for the winning team. Not in this particular day, but like at the end of the season, right? This is like, think of this as like the World Cup, but for Pokemon Pocket. Yeah. But this is only week 2, so we're still in, the group stages, if you will. And, yeah, right now we are US playing against Germany. I don't know how familiar you guys are with, like, what regions are good at Pocket, but Germany is definitely one of the top regions for Pokemon Pocket specifically. So yeah, this is definitely a tough battle for us here, but we have been keeping it pretty close, despite some pretty rough RNG to start the match off. All right, they do just have the attach pass. I actually generally don't like playing two Suicune down into Lucario either. Just as like kind of a rule of thumb. There are matches where you want double Suicune, but um, usually those are the matches where like you have a winning matchup. Those are the ones where it's alright to go double Suicune. And the ones where you like typically have a losing matchup, a lot of the time you're gonna want your double Frigi and a Chen Pao down. A big reason why you want double Frigi here is they rightfully attach the cape to the Frigibax in the back, and we rightfully don't attach the poncho yet onto the Riolu. The reason being is we already have the Arena Antiquity down. If we do get into a Lucario here, they want to be able to go into a we're gonna be able to one shot the Suicune with Lucario, right? Ideally. Obviously, right here, we're actually in a terrible spot. They're completely set up, and we have no energy on this Riolu. We don't have our guy, but like in theory, you want to go up with the Baxcalibur, because if you have a fully charged Lucario, Karina and Arena of Antiquity don't affect the Baxcalibur, so if you put a cape on the Baxcalibur, it's going to survive the 140 swing with 20 HP, which is a really big deal. And that's exactly actually why we didn't attach our poncho yet, is because we do have a Rocky Helmet in the deck, which would negate that cape, which would then mean we do one shot with a fully charged Lucario. But unfortunately, we just bricked. This is kind of how it's been going for us a little bit. We win the tough games and then lose the easy ones, which is it's just unfortunate when that happens, but is what it is. Yeah, we're just putting this down. I don't even know. It's just like it's super cooked, right? Yeah, we just needed to have more basics a turn ago. They have the field blower also. So yeah, it's just over. They are going to go up with the Chen Pao here and one shot the Riolu to guarantee the win on the next turn. So that is going to be pretty rough for us, unfortunately. It is going to be Germany going to 8 wins and us still at 6. And again, for those of you who do not know the format, don't worry about the decks and the repeats and all that stuff. The main thing is first team to 10 wins the game. If you want to find out more about the rules, I'm sure you can just ping Luchin on Discord and ask him. Actually, be sure to ping Luchin on Discord multiple times even. Send him DMs. Yeah, do all that good stuff. Also, Luchin, you can give yourself a shout out, by the way. You are a mod. So if you wanted to give yourself a shout out, go for it, because why not? Yeah, we're probably discussing what we're gonna do next. I forget if I update. Yeah, I just updated this already. We're just taking a minute before the match actually ends. Yeah, there they go. They just boat out and they take the KO. Wait, can they? They do. Oh wait, we actually live, but it's not enough anyways, right? Yeah. They don't need to even do anything this turn. This Furfrou being on the field just guarantees the loss. They're just playing it super safe. Yeah, this is exactly probably what you should do if you want to guarantee the win instead of trying to go a little bit faster and like pressuring and just hitting. Yeah, we have no points, so even if we somehow get into a position where we are clearing this Suicune without taking any damage, we are still always going to lose to this Chien-Pao coming up. It has an energy on it. We have a Baxcalibur down. Yeah, it is completely over. Again, we are probably just as a team taking this time discussing what we're gonna send in. Not really, like, we have no more repeats. We have one more player left. We know what we're gonna send in. Am I, like, off on the score? Was this Storm's first deck? I can't remember. I hope I'm not off on the score. It should be 6-8. I guess I can check the thing to triple check. Triple check. Let me see. Check the match sheet. Alright, let me get this off the screen. We did finally lose there. It's time to move to Germany if we lose this set. Alright. It looks like, am I wrong on the score? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh. I had missed a win. We are on our last deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay. I guess I missed a win at some point for Germany. Or missed, like, recording it down. Obviously, I streamed it. So, yeah, let me update the text here. Alright, good luck. Looks like our last deck is leaving it all up to luck. Yeah, we did not have a repeat, but at the end of the day, I feel like Lucario is a very counterable deck. And they only played one Psychic deck so far, if I can remember, so it's very likely that they would have a counter for Lucario. We could just cheese any amount of wins with this deck. This, at this rate, is kind of our last-ditch effort, I would say. Yeah. Alright, drawing that Eevee does actually make our Lycia a little bit better, because we are guaranteed to get a Swablu now off of it, and then also it makes this Pokeball a lot better, because it's 66% chance to be a Darkrai. Holy unlock! Alright, yeah, the stars did not align for us this week, guys. Very unfortunate. I hear people leaving the Discord call after that Pokeball. This is like when people are leaving a sports event 5 minutes before the game's over because we just know it's cooked at this point. Yeah, I guess we just bench the Eevee here, why not? But yeah, hopefully we do at least remember to attack with the Iggly buff, and we do. Great. Good job, US. We needed that. Yeah, either way, they're not attacking us anyways, so whether they wake up or stay asleep doesn't matter. This turn, all they're able to do is attach an energy to the Suicune and pass. I mean, they're gonna probably, like, advance their board state somehow, Um, they research. That's great. But yeah, they're just gonna be attaching to the Suicune and passing after they're done playing cards, and we are going to research and pray that we find a Darkrai, and we're also going to be attaching an energy to the Swablu and hoping we find, um, you know, what's it called? We definitely don't want to be going in with the Eevee yet, I don't think, because I don't think we need to. Maybe we do, but I think we really want the energy on the Swablu. We're going to need to go into a Mega Altaria. We do find a Darkrai, which is a big deal. That's going to be huge for us. We find the second, and we find the Espeon. So this is really good. I still think that we want to get KO'd on this Igglybuff, if that makes sense. I think I'm not a sleep player. I really don't know. So I might be completely wrong about this. But I think that all the things that we're doing here is exactly what you'd want to do. They do run a PCL. We've seen it. We know they run PCL. So they're probably going to play it soon. Right now we are threatening like the KO on the Suicune if they attach here. So if they have to manually attach, if they don't have their Baxcalibur, I think that they're scared. Like I think I would want to heal this Suicune somehow. You need like Cape plus PCL to get it out of Mega Altaria range. But if you do have the Baxcalibur, I mean you still probably do that. Like you really want to be able to tank a hit. If you have Baxcalibur, you're feeling a lot better than if not here. With 5 cards in hand and like halfway through their deck, there's like okay odds they have the Baxcalibur, but I feel like you're running out of time. You'd want to play it down like pretty quickly. These animations do take a while. They don't have it. Okay, so they are going to be manually attaching to get this KO, which is really, really scary for a few reasons. But a big one is definitely like how much damage we can do with the Espeon here. I do wonder if we put up the Swablu to Gamba. Alright, so if we draw into a Mega Altaria here, let's see, we're going to be seeing 2 cards. There's actually pretty decent odds. We don't get it. Okay, so what we can do is we can either retreat into an Igglybuff here and put another energy on the Swablu that we're retreating, or we put down the other Swablu and attach to it. What's better? I do wonder. I don't know. I'm not a sleep player. But yeah, either way, this is really bad for us because we can't put down this other Darkrai to do a bunch of damage this turn. I think if we had gone, I think going up with the Espeon was just safer. It was just a lot safer. On the bright side, okay, so the thought behind this play is if they don't have PCL, which they likely do, we can win if they stay asleep. They don't. Alright, yeah, I think it's just over then, because they get to KO this, and we can't keep them asleep now. It's impossible. No matter what we sleep them with is going to KO the Suicune. So then they get to attack next turn. We literally have to... Yeah, it's just over. I think this was maybe the wrong play. Right, because you were praying, like, 1, they needed to stay asleep, and 2, they needed to not have PCL for this play to work out. And if, if that were true, if, like, all that did happen, we still need to keep them asleep on the following turn anyways. But yeah, now we just lose just because one of those things didn't happen. It's really a big deal, being able to have something low HP in the active against sleep, actually, sometimes. Do we concede? I mean, we can attach here, we can copycat. looking for Mega Altaria. No, it doesn't really matter, right? Like it doesn't. Yeah. No, it's just over. Yeah. Well, that's gonna be GG's to Germany. They played well. They were really well prepared. I feel like they had a good lineup. Um, and luck was definitely on their side overall. But GG's to Germany. Yeah, I'm gonna let this finish up. Let this play out. Why not? I'll update the score. Just so it's in the VOD. There you go. 10-6 final score. And like a true gentleman outlaw does Mars us. Interesting they were playing Mars, and interesting they gave us that information. Um, if I'm Germany, I'm probably not playing that Mars because we don't want whatever team we're playing against next week to see that we're running a Mars in our Suicune deck because that's like a big thing to play around. Donald will come talk about bringing another extra deck for USA. I don't think Donald's gonna help us with this. Although if Donald was a pocket player, he would definitely be a sleep player, if you know what I mean. Anyways, guys, that'll do it for the United States of America here. I don't know how to raid with a delay, unfortunately. But yeah, thanks for the raid, Luchin. Since I don't know how to raid with a delay, I'm gonna go ahead and just end stream. I'm sure there are plenty of great content creators, though, on Twitch right now streaming Pocket, as there is so much to do in this game at the moment. Anyways, that was sarcasm. I do wonder, though, is anybody even streaming? That'll do it for me today, guys. I appreciate you all hanging out and watching some Pokemon Pocket National Cup. Yeah, I'm gonna go eat. I'm gonna go enjoy Pokemon Day or whatever the fuck's going on. Maybe I'll go to Central Park. Yeah, catch y'all in the next one. GG's Germany.